Lisa, Miles of Diamonds and Crafts. Thank you for watching, and if you're new, welcome. If you've come back, thank you. Well, I said that already, but anyway, this is going to be my mid-month review for January. I can't believe it's already mid-month January. It feels like it was just last week we did Happy New Year. But yeah, so I'm gonna show my finishes already for the month, and my now I did a full whip video, which I'm gonna try to remember to put in the comments to see all of the whips, and I also did a goal video, which my goal is for the first 3 months, the first quarter of 2026. I'm not gonna start anything new. I'm just gonna work on my whips, which is I think it was about 11 or 12 because I forgot something. But yeah, I finished one, and I'm working on finishing a Disney one, which I'll show you in a second. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, so the first finish, so my finish is gonna be whip and a finish. But I was working on this National Parks Edition 2.0. Actually, it wasn't the first finish of 2026, but I have it in front of me so that you're gonna see first. And it's this. I did 2 of the national parks from the National Park Edition. I think there's 6 or 8 in here. And I had done 2 or 3 last year. And let's see, I do have the thing in here. So this is New River Gorge. I'm not sure where that is, but that was the first one I finished of the, oh, here it is, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's 10. And the second one I finished is, so not that one, but this one. And that is part of White Sands. Not sure where that is either. I wish they put what country. Maybe at my in-year review, I will have written where these are, because then that'll be a full completion. But I did those 2 things. So that was my second finish. My first real finish of 2026 actually was this Oraloa surprise gifts. I have a portfolio that I'm starting to put these in, and it couldn't fit with the border, and the borders were, I like keeping the borders only because say I'm missing a drill. I mean, I guess I don't really have to keep them, but I want to keep some of it so I can keep the name of the company. So what I ended up doing is, so this was at the bottom left, the name and the size. So I just cut it and taped it up there so I can always have what the name is. So this is a 30 by 40 centimeters. You know, wasn't that big. It's rounds. This is the first kit I've completed from Oraloa, and it's really cute. Now, it looks better. You know, you hear people say diamond paintings, they look better from a distance. That's what it's meant. That was the only thing when I was doing it. Sometimes I didn't know what I was doing. Like this right here, like, I think it's obvious what it is in the camera, but when I'm looking at it without the camera, I was like, what is this? I knew it had to be a bow or something, but it is, yeah, and some of these random colors look weird, but in the end, it's really cute, and it was fun, and I enjoyed it. The drills are really nice. I didn't experience a lot of trash drills with dents or anything. It was really nice, and but you know, with rounds, I think they sit together good. They do have the circles, which I don't mind. Do they have circles? Circles, because it helps me place things, but you know, they don't come through to where, I think they're circles. I can't remember. But anyway, there's obvious places where to put it. So those are my two finishes. My whips, now like I said, I have a video of all the whips that I have that I'm going to be working on, but I'm only going to show what I am actively working on for that month. So what I'm actively working on is, well, we come back to this, the national parks, and what I have left. What I have left, so out of the 10, I have 5 left to work on. I was going to spend a day and just knock them out, but I got bored, and that's why I only finished 2. I was like, oh, I'm gonna put it aside. So that is how that's going. If I end up doing like 2 a month or 1 a month or whatever I feel like, I think it's a nice thing to do in between the bigger ones. So we'll see how that happens. I almost started a new mini because I was gonna be somewhere and I wanted to take some with me, and I didn't want to take this whole thing with me. And I wanted to show you one other reason I couldn't take that with me is because I'm all out of frame. So this is from a new company. I'm gonna try to remember to put the link in the comments. What's it called? Shenanigan Squads? Summer Sparkling Good Time. If you follow her on this channel, she and another person, Miranda, started a company where they're doing accessories. I think they're going to venture out into diamond paintings and all these cool things. And this kit is called the Lazy Girl. I don't know if I'm offended by it being called Lazy Girl because I don't like kitting up. But especially kits like this, and I believe this did come, yeah, these came in Ziploc bags. So if it comes in a Ziploc bag, I'm not gonna bother to put it in a what are they called? In a containers. I know there's another word, it's just escaping me right now, but it's really cute and I love it. So for these minis, I've been putting it in here. So I started a new minis because I wanted to take it with me, and I like doing the minis. Actually, that was a Diamond Art Club. They only had 6, but anyway. And I love how it's spaced back here. The space is for. The idea was if you had baggies that were huge and they could fit back there, the ones that can't fit in here. But I put some enhancements that I'm adding to the mini. So these are all from Diamond Art Club. I went through and said, oh, I have these colors that's gonna show up, so I'm gonna put these enhancements there to use it. But you see it fits perfectly. It really works. Now I used this for surprise gifts, and the spaces is big enough, especially ones that doesn't have a lot in the packet. You can fit like 2, because the slots is only enough for, I think, is it 35? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's 30. So there's only space for 30, and then back there. And that kit, I think it had like 50. But like I said, it was a lot of baggies that didn't have a lot of drill, so I was able to do like 2 or 3 in a lot of them, and then put some of the other ones back there. But yeah, so totally off track, but I wanted to show this because I really love using these. I have 2. I'm using 1 actually for this. See, this is that one, and that's what I mean, that you can put multiples in there. But yeah, I wanted to show. And I like this color. You can get a choice of a lot of different colors. But okay, I know I got sidetracked. But that's the first whip that I have for the month of January. Okay, So this one's right here. This is the one I've been working on the last couple of days. And it's Terrific Tiana Diamond Art Club. And I started this last February. And it was last February I started it. And then I did maybe a row and then I put it aside. And I worked on it a couple of other times this year. But I'm trying to concentrate on finishing this one. This is 50.6 centimeters by 60.7 centimeters. And it's coming out really cute. I bought the frog diamond painting. It's a really small one. I sort of want to work on that one after this, but I'm going to really try to stick with I might not want to do anything that has a lot of green anyway, but I would like to do that one, even though it's not on my list of things to do this year, but I like to do it as like the companion to this. I almost got the other painting. They had released a landscape painting that came from this movie, but I didn't because I had to limit myself on what I had to buy. So I'm really just being conscious of what I buy, not just buying it because I have to have like a real reason to do it. So far so good. I'm doing, I know it's only the 15th, 16th, but I'm sticking to my no buy. Geneva Bowers has still been the exception so far because the one that did come out, it was really pretty, something I really wanted. But anyway, so here we go. And I'm hoping to work on the rest of this row. Now, if I feel like stopping, I'm not sure. I might feel like stopping because there's a lot of color blocking, but this doesn't bother me as much if it was white or all black. Those are torture, but I like the greens, and I like that. So this is all one color, but some of the other ones has other colors mixed in, so it isn't burning me out as much as it would if it was just all one color. At least it's not so far. So my goal is to finish this by the end of the month. I had to fix some of it, so it's kind of strange that it's harder to see. See how you can tell there's like really faint grid lines on this canvas, but they're harder to see with these colors, like the greens. And somehow I missed an entire row within here. I think I fixed it. I did fix something. Was that the only thing to be fixed? I don't know, but I think it was, and now it looks much better than it did before. But like I said, I was missing an entire row, and I realized it's because, well, I don't know how I missed a row, because you would think it would show a gap, but but I couldn't see the grid lines in some of these backgrounds. So that is it. So that's whip number 2 and 3. So no, I have not worked on this month. This is the other one that I'm going to work on. So at least by the end of the month, I think I should be able to do at least a row. But I don't know. Like I said, when I get to the end of this one, I might feel like doing something different, and then I'll pull this out and then work on it. So this is Cursed. This is what I had started. I did enter Drills and Chills, but I kind of knew that I wasn't going to concentrate on finishing anything. But yeah. I think by the end of November, I don't even know if I probably had done this side, or if not, I got close. That is cute. And someone gifted me the other pumpkin head. It's so cute. I'm glad because I didn't get that mystery box, and I was really bummed about it, even though it was no guarantee that I was going to get that one anyway. But I'm glad that I have it, so maybe next Halloween, that'll be the one I work on. So it'll be like 2 years in a row. I have a lot of Halloween kits, so we'll see. But I really do like it. I like the oranges. I have one. Do I have one or two? I do have another Mrs. Butterdeed. I like her. I like the Halloween and maybe even the Christmas canvases of hers, but I'm not a fond of like the pink ones. I like the oranges and you know, but she's not like an automatic buy artist for me. So this one is 55.6 centimeter by 70.7 centimeters. And yeah, so these will be the three things I'll concentrate on this month. I have one more thing, and I haven't actually started it, but I wanted to include it here and also talk about what I ended up doing. So I did a video about my temperature chart, and I was, you know, looking for suggestions and trying to figure out how I was gonna kit this up. So here is the canvas. So I put everything in rollers. Oh, this is so cute. So I got this from Black Dahlia, I believe. I have the whole whip kit, but this is my roller, and it's ready. So this is how I keep them, the ones I'm working on. I roll them up and put them aside. But this is what I ended up doing. I thought these came in baggies, and the reason I thought it, because one, this company, I think some of their other ones came in baggies, and when I had watched Diamonds and Washi's video, when she did kind of the sneak peek of it, hers was in baggies. So when I sat down, I was like, wait a minute, they're not in baggies. They come in, you know, the regular plastic. But because I was also using my own colors, my own enhancements, I just ended up putting in baggies. And someone suggested putting, you know, rubber banding them together, which I really liked. So that's what I did. And because it's like that, it's kind of harder to find a tray that fit them all. And I have some that I tried, but I just didn't like how it came out. So, and then there was some other storage that I thought I was going to use, but it ended up being too big. But then I was like, you know what? I have this. This is something I got from Michael's. It was on sale, you know, a year or so ago. So like, I'm going to use this. And I could put everything in here because I wanted to keep these. And so then I wrote out all of my ranges again. I had went through in the video of what I chose, but now I have them lumped together of the ranges. So I kind of have them here, the blues. And I wrote the enhancements that I'm starting, because they had 1 through 4. So then I ended up creating 5, 6, and 7. Hopefully I don't get too confused. I feel like every time I start working on this that I'm gonna have to go back in my notes because it was really getting confused in my head. But yeah, so I have this rubber band, and I think it's gonna, we'll see. So as you can see, I hadn't started working on it yet, but yeah. These are all the ones that, like the background and stuff. So these are the temperatures and that's that. So, and the way it works is each one of these bottles is for a day of the year. I sort of want to start on it already. I said that I was just gonna wait till the end of the month and then do it, so it'll end up being like the beginning of every month, just doing the one row. But I can also see myself falling behind. I wanted to like do the background and then fill in each day, but we'll see. It's 12 months, and I'm sure whatever I start with is going to change as we go. And so we have 4 possible colors for each day, but you see not every day uses all of the colors. Yeah, I'm excited to get started. Now that I'm looking at it, I might end up doing it after I finish that row. But that is that. That is all I have for this month. And at the end of the month, we'll see where we at. You know, I feel like I should have taken this off, but that is that. So if you made it to the end, like and comment and subscribe if you have not already subscribed. And what are you working on? What's your whips right now? Have you already fell off of your goals for 2026 if you made any? Or changed them up and, you know, realized that, oh, this isn't working. But yeah, I really had to stop myself from starting something besides the one I already explained. But then I ended up just taking it out of my whips because I ended up not even using it, working on it, because the setup wasn't conducive for me to do so, you know, while I was traveling. But yeah, I think it goes back and forth. I feel like what I really want to start is a lot of things. You know, I was about to pinpoint one, but on my list is to work on one of the goddesses and a mystery kit. And I have the mystery. I have both of the canvases or the drills out. So every once in a while I see it, and I'm like, oh, I want to kind of start that. But we got to get these whips down. So wish me luck. I may not be able to get to both of these this month, but the immediate goal is to at least finish this one. And I have 15-ish days to do that. And I think it's doable because it goes pretty quick. It's just, you know, we're talking about my attention span. And that is it. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.